Just making sure we're working here. Hey, how's it going, guys? Can you hear me okay? So it's working? Okay. How you guys doing tonight? Yep, working? Okay, good. Working. Awesome. Oh. 1 second here. Just need to post a link on Facebook. I forgot. How you guys doing tonight? On this Tuesday night. And my internet is being slow tonight. Going live. Okay. There we go. All right. Tonight, I thought I would... I was thinking about modeling the pistol. What do you guys think about that? Oh, thank you so much, my cheese nacho. Thanks. All right. So I'm thinking about modeling out this pistol. And I have some reference on my second monitor, so don't worry about that. Let's see. What's going on, you guys? What's up, Tiago? What's up, Tim Dan? Tim Dan? I never know how to say people's names. But hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. My XSplit wants to stay. There we go. Just want to make sure everything's going. Is the chat not working? Make sure the chat... Can you guys see the chat okay? Is that working? Tim Dan? Okay, cool. Tell me if the chat is showing on the display. Looks like a big blue box to me. Not on my video sent? Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. You can see the chat? Awesome. That's all I care about. Okay. Great. Thanks. Yeah, I have a few more things to do on him. Like this belt of bullets here. There's kind of a hidden buckle back here that it's hard to see. And I kind of want to redo the straps around the neck. I had built this when I was looking at the black and white, kind of the hand-drawn version, not the final painted version. So I didn't really realize that this was a strap that was actually part of the tooth necklace, the dinosaur tooth necklace. So here, I can take this off. Not really listening to anything. Twitch chat's fine, just not the stream overlay. Oh, I'm talking about the overlay. It's just blue. Oh, okay. Is it? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can't fix that really quick. Because it got updated, so I need to make sure. Stream chat. You know what? I'm just going to hide it for this one. Sorry, guys. Because I'm not sure. I have to have an HTML source from Restream to get it to work. And I don't really have time to do that right now. So I'm just going to hide it. Okay. Yay! Glad you guys could make it. What's up, Rabid? What's up, Comatose Badger? How's it going? Okay. Anyway, yeah, I was just kind of going over the things I still need to do. And then, of course, the rifle and the pistol and fingerless gloves. I need to get rid of this the forearm guard on his right arm. He doesn't have it here. It's just a sleeve. So, and then you know, update these pads, these knee pads. A few things here and there to do, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with where he's at. What's up, Juan Franco? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Oh yeah, the chat is. You can probably see it on Pixelogic's Twitch channel. If you want to, that's where most of the chat happens. So if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on my Twitch channel, feel free to drop by Pixelogic's Twitch channel, and that's where you can see all the chat. So since I don't have the chat actually streaming on my feed tonight, I'll make sure, if you guys have questions, I'll make sure I rattle the question off before I answer it. So, okay. Anyway, here we go. Let's, I want to do the pistol, but I want to kind of make this belt of bullets. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. I'm trying to decide. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is start to make that pistol. And what I usually do with weapons is I don't build them where they sit on the character. I build them down at 0, 0. That way I can have full symmetry, and then, you know, just do my thing. And then when I'm done, I'll put it up where it needs to be. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to build this pistol. I'm going to see if I can use maybe some live Boolean stuff. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to hide him here in a second. I just want to get the proportion and the scale. Maybe I'll just start with a brand new. I'll start with a brand new sphere. Let's see. Then I'm just going to start with a cube instead of the sphere. Polycube. There we go. Four edges. I don't necessarily want 4 edges, so I'll get rid of those. I just want a cube, maybe with 1 split right there, down the center. That way my symmetry will work. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Those new primitives under the Gizmo tool are fantastic. They're super good. So what's going on in modeling land, you guys? Do you have any online tutorials, workshops on stylized character development in ZBrush? Funny you should ask. I actually do. I have a course that I teach online. It's called 3D Character Workshop. That's what this logo is above my head, 3D Character Workshop. So if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, you can grab my free brushes and user interface, and I have a ruler file. And that will get you on my newsletter that I need to send more stuff out on. But you will be notified when my class goes live next, and it's going live this month. I was hoping it would be tomorrow, but it got pushed off a little bit because I had some things come up. But very, very soon, very soon. So, and then when I do open the course, I'm going to have I want to have a Twitch style question and answer session. So any of you guys that are curious about my course, I'll let you guys know so you can come join me for that question and answer session. And I'll show you all the behind the scenes of the course. I'll show you a bunch of testimonials, and I'll give you kind of behind the scenes so you can see exactly what it is, what it looks like, how many lessons there are, and all that stuff. So thank you very much for asking. Yes, it will be this month for sure. For sure. Okay. And I'm just roughly blocking out this this pistol just like I would a character, pretty much. But instead of I tend to use spheres when I block out characters. In this case, I'm going to be using cubes and cylinders and, you know, different things like that. So there we go. It'll be interesting because I've done a lot of box modeling, but I haven't done a lot of live Boolean stuff. So it'll be interesting for me to use that stuff. So I'll be experimenting along the way. Okay, let's see. We have this handle. So what are you guys working on? What kinds of characters? This is going to look really funny for a while, so please bear with me while I block this out here. A realistic Pikachu, I can only imagine. Have you shown that to me before, Spencer? Maybe not. Working on some figures that will be cast in bronze. I've always wanted to do that. Cast something in bronze, because it just seems so much more permanent that way. A space soldier, but you're having a hard time with the face? Faces are difficult, that's for sure. Oh, I gotta delete these. Oh, I think, yeah, when you said that, I just remembered. I'm like, oh yeah, I think you might have showed me that before. Sometimes this trim curve works and sometimes not. So I'm going to try a clip curve instead. Like I said, bear with me, this is going to look really rudimentary for a while. Chasing, welding, and cleanup on the other hand. So there's a bronze foundry here in Utah in Alpine, and they do a lot of the bronze figures that you find around the city. And I've gone there once to see how it works. Super fascinating. That always fascinates the heck out of me. You know, this, it will look like something when it's done. I promise. I don't know if it'll look like what I want it to look like. It'll look like something. Okay. I'm just looking for these curves and silhouettes and edges. You're working on a goblin roughly based on Styx, Master of Darkness. I remember that game. That's a fun game. I know exactly who you're talking about. Trying to prep a female character model for 3D printing on an FDM printer. Nice. Okay. So, I want this flat on the back side. So I'm going to try and cut into it back here. This gets tricky. Yeah, not enough. I might have to polish it, or I might retopologize it later and then make it flat there. Yeah. Oh, you do your own casting at a university, huh? Wow. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess you have to learn it somewhere, somehow, huh? Okay. Let's move on to... I took it really big and then went small because it makes it look like that when you push it back down. So it's kind of you get a barrel effect. But I want this at the gizmo at the other end. And go down to about here. Something like that. This might be too long of a barrel. The reference I'm looking at, the barrel is much longer than the one in here. It's like one of those. Well, it's a Colt Army 1860. Is kind of what I'm looking at. Let's see. And I'm not going to model it exactly. Most of it's in the holster. I want to model the whole thing just in case he pulls it out, you know, and does his thing, of course. Maybe I want to pose it with the pistol in his hand. But I'm going to be making the whole thing, but I don't know if I'm going to detail the whole thing out, if that makes sense. We'll see. We'll see how far I get. I'm not sure quite yet. We'll see how the live Boolean thing goes, because I'm really curious to see if I can work with that or not. I've only done it, you know, just enough to be dangerous. Let's see. So for posing, I'm trying to figure out what are the pros and cons of rigging a character from A pose, T pose, and printing them out versus sculpting the character in the pose for 3D printing, if it makes sense. Okay. So I'm trying to understand your whole question. The pros and cons for rigging a character from... Okay, so I think what you're asking me is it worth it to rig the character and then pose it for the sake of printing? Is that true? Is that what you want to know? And then, or is it better to sculpt the character in the pose for 3D printing? And here's my answer. Okay. Hey, what's up, James? My answer is I would model your character in an A pose, so with the arms down, unless he's doing a whole bunch of over the head stuff with his arms, then you would do a T pose. But like this guy, I'm modeling him in an A pose with his arms kind of at an upside down Y angle, I guess, but an A pose. And take the character as far as you possibly can with symmetry in that pose. So those are the pros. You get symmetry. The cons are you lose a little bit of the actual character because you're modeling in a T pose, and he becomes kind of stiff, kind of lifeless. So what you want to do is you want to actually pose it in ZBrush, and you don't have to rig it. You just use the transpose tool to pose him or her. And it works fantastic. That's how we posed all of the Disney Infinity characters, is inside of ZBrush without a rig. Sometimes we would make a low resolution character and pass that off to our rigging department just so we could iterate faster and try a whole bunch of different poses to get them approved by, say, Marvel or LucasArts or whoever owns that property, because sculpting a high-res character inside of ZBrush is time-consuming, and we couldn't go through and do a whole bunch of poses very quickly. So then we would, that's why we would hand it off to rigging, and then they would pass us back the low-resolution model that's been posed, that has been approved from, say, Marvel, and then we would go and pose it inside ZBrush, again, the high-resolution, against that low-resolution model. So if that makes sense, there's a way to import that low-resolution model into, after you've gone to pose. That's what these two buttons over here are, the T-pose mesh, and that's called transpose master. That's what you use to pose inside of ZBrush, and then you would use that to as reference. The pose is reference. You'd bring it in, pose it to kind of match. It doesn't match exactly because now you're posing the high res. Then you would get rid of that that pose reference that you had, and then you could just take it the rest of the way. So naturally, when you go to pose a character inside of ZBrush, it's going to break, especially when there's a lot of detail happening, like on this cowboy. I'll be posing him later, but you'll see when you go to pose your character, you have to be very careful because things will stretch and pull and break. There have only been a few characters that I've actually modeled in a pose to begin with. And one of them is, I don't know if you've seen, I did a Shane Glines model. Shane Glines is the concept artist. Let me see, I'll show you really fast. And I actually have a YouTube video talking about how I did it, and I went through kind of a walkthrough of how I did it, and I show you how I went through the pose. But let me show you. Okay, so this bikini girl right here. So I modeled her in this pose. I didn't start with a T pose. I went straight to this pose. So that it was fun, but it was difficult. It was fun because it instantly breathed more life into her because she was already in the pose, so I could already start to do the expressions and all that kind of stuff. But in order to pull her out of that, if I wanted to make her into a game model for some reason, who knows why, then it would be quite difficult to pull that off. So I just wanted to do that as an experiment. I've done a few more in a pose like that. So anyway, sorry for the blabbering on, but yeah. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so what I want to do with this is, yeah, no problem. Keep the questions coming. I love questions because it helps me keep you guys entertained, as it were. Okay. To turn, so sometimes, so I want this thing right in the middle, this gizmo right in the middle. There's a couple things I can do to get it in the middle. I can tap Alt and hold it right there, and it'll go to the middle. Or you can see this little guy go to unmask mesh center. If I hold down Alt and tap that guy, it will actually, here, let me move this gizmo. Oh, it's doing it because symmetry's off. So if I tap it and symmetry is turned on, it's going to center that gizmo in half of the unmasked center because I have symmetry turned on. Does that make sense? It's kind of trying to put it in half of what I have showing. So I have to turn symmetry off, hit that button again, and it's going to center it in the entire unmasked area But then I have to remember to turn symmetry back on. Then I can pull this down like this. I gotta get my reference back up to see the difference here. Okay. So it's not that far down. Maybe like this. Invert mask, and then I hit Control W because I want to mask this circle out. Because I'm going to use that to extrude it from. Extrude polygroup all. And then pop it out like this. Hey, what's up, Uber Bar? Thanks for dropping by. Okay. Need to auto group these. How's everybody doing anyway? What else are you guys up to? So we got you guys modeling space, say a space marine and a realistic Pokemon. What else? So funny to hear what people are modeling. It's so fun. So this is the barrel. This is kind of the carriage that holds it all. Right? Who wouldn't? Working on a VR game for school. Nice. Has anybody played the Fallout VR? Just curious about that. Let's see. Okay, now that I have this, the barrel, this place. Got a little bit longer. Okay. Oh, that'll be February 1st, the next class challenge. Oh, Skyrim's awesome. So how is the Skyrim PlayStation VR? I have not messed with it. I'm kind of waiting for Dreams to come out. So if you guys haven't seen Dreams, it looks super, super cool. It's actually kind of a voxel sculpting program. I mean, it looks pretty light, but it looks pretty fun to play around with. So do you actually like, how do you move around in Skyrim? Do you like pick a surface on wherever you're looking on the ground and then you pop to that spot? Or do you actually move yourself with the joystick? Because that would make me sick, I think. Feels clunky. And the scopes don't work yet. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, the studio that did Little Big Planet, right? Yeah, one of my favorite sculpting artists works there. And now her name is eluding me. I'll think of it. I keep forgetting to do the Paul Gaboury trick with this masking. So I showed you guys last time, but I'm gonna show you again. It's a control square, and it's gonna mask this. You can't really see it here. I'll show you here. This is better. They have a teleport mode and a direction forward. Okay, interesting. PSVR is great. Skyrim has a few different locomotion modes. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. So if I hold down Control and I just drag a box that masks it off like this, well, if I Control plus Shift, or sorry, not Control plus Shift, Control and then I hold down Alt and let go, it's going to mask the inverse mask. So it masks everything I didn't mask, if that makes sense. Okay. So let's try some live Boolean stuff. So this barrel, or this, it's not necessarily the barrel, it's the cylinder that the bullets go in. So if I hit dynamic subdivision and I turn that on, how do I feel? You know, I haven't seen VR chat yet. I've heard about it, but I have not. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Group by normals. Crease polygroups. I need to make sure my crease level is set to 3. Okay. There we go. Now it's all smooth and nice. Best model ever. Yep, this is the best model I've ever done. It's very interesting in the way, depending on the models, that... I'll have to check it out. Hey, what's up, Deer Hunter Troy? Okay, I'm going to duplicate this guy. Because what I want to do is I want to use... It's going to be kind of tricky, but I want to use this cylinder. Oh, the... Oh, man. My son drew that guy on a whiteboard the other day, and he came and showed me. He's, Dad, look what I drew. It's like, it's the Knuckles guy. It's so funny. Show me the way. Okay. Groups, and then I need to get rid of this and this. Delete by, oh, delete hidden. Paul grew up. What's up, Dry Otter? How's it going, man? Okay, so I want to set this, turn live Boolean on. Okay. I don't want this start. Okay, trippy. I think I need to put the barrel in a different... Auto group this, and then group split. So I have all the different pieces. And then I need to make this one slightly bigger. Okay. But I need to put... Okay, so how this live Boolean stuff works is, see this word start? That means if I click start underneath this barrel, it's going to, there we go. It's doing what I want it to do. So it's going to subtract everything from, it's going to subtract this cylinder out of the things that are above it up until the word start. So if I turn this word start off, then it's going to subtract everything. It's going to subtract all the way up. So it's going to subtract out of this other cylinder, but I want that cylinder to show. So I'm going to hit this and make this word start show. That way this cylinder will show back up, if that makes sense. Okay. the team that created the game encouraged people to import their own models or create them. So far for me, I'm trying to learn Blender again since it's been years since I last. Ah, okay. Interesting. So you can make your own models, huh? But you can't. There's probably is there like a store or something that you can buy them, or is it just? It's just whatever they have is what you get. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So the barrel goes down like this. Sorry, I'm just studying this for a second. Because I'm not making a perfect replica of it, but I do want it to kind of represent what it is. Okay. Insert an edge loop. Skindeep says, how long did it take you to feel comfortable on a Cintiq as opposed to an Intuos? It didn't take long at all, actually. I was pretty comfortable with it right away. Because it's like drawing on paper, right? It's pretty easy to use. So not really much downtime at all. I would actually say no downtime. It was pretty natural. So the thing I had to get used to though is my hand being in the way. So with an Intuos, I'm down here looking at the screen, and there's kind of a, you know, it's not quite a 1-to-1 ratio. You know, there's an offset, and there's with a Cintiq, your hand is on the screen. So it's in the way. So I'd find myself like looking around my hand, trying to get, you know, trying to see what I was doing, or putting my arm clear up here, just kind of like when you do with paper. So what I'll typically do is if I need to make a wide sweeping arc in one direction, I'll rotate my model. So if you're using like Photoshop or something like that, you can rotate the canvas and spin it around this way and that, so you can get nice arcs with your hand, with your elbow, or your wrist, whatever. In ZBrush, you can't really do that. So, excuse me. So you rotate the model that way. There are websites made for people to make models that you can buy, and you're given the files for the whole model and mesh for it. That's interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna push this barrel in. This is the barrel, and this is kind of how it comes down. So when it's smooth, it looks like this. And then it kind of cuts up here. That. Okay. Whoops. Same thing I did with the cylinder. Just got a 27 HD Cintiq, but the one hand on the keyboard and one hand on the pen while looking at my screen. Posture is hard to break away from. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Because like, you want yourself to be in the most comfortable position you can, and that's why I rant about the 24 HD versus this 27 because of the buttons on the side. Because the 24 HD has buttons, and it allows me to program those buttons to be all the buttons that I typically have my hand on the keyboard for. And that way I can move my Cintiq and basically drop it into my lap. So then I can have super nice posture, and I can hold my hand on the side of the Cintiq and hit every single button that I need to. And that's why my user interface looks the way it does. That's why I pulled all of my brushes out here, because I want to menu dive and hotkey as little as possible, because I like to have my Cintiq down in my lap. But ever since I got this 27, I've needed to use my keyboard, because that little hockey puck thing that moves around all the time, it moves around all the time, so it's not sturdy. I'm actually thinking about getting some like some of that high 3M double stick tape and maybe sticking it better to this surface where I want it, and maybe then I'll use it. So we'll try. We'll see how it goes. Okay. There you go. I'm not going to take it all the way in, because if I want to 3D print this and it has a barrel and the barrel is like a real barrel and it goes all the way down in there, then it's not going to print very well. In fact, I'm going to taper this off. So then it'll pull out of a mold if it needs to pull out of a mold. Not that it ever will, but it's just that's what I'm used to. So I'm going to taper that down. Here's a cool thing about insert edge loop, is you can turn the Z intensity up a couple numbers. Then when you insert it, it doesn't put it right flat on the surface there. Let me crank it a little more and you can see. See that? That's what I wanted. But I want to crease this edge. Yeah, it's super nice, especially when you're gonna, you don't want it to be right on that surface. You want it to kind of round out or something. You're inserting the edge. Otherwise, it takes more than one step. You have to grab the edge, you have to pull it out. Yeah, it just kind of saves time. So for VR chat, if you have a VR headset, you can set overrides on a model where if you have a certain hand gesture, we'll have something appear or in animation to start. One I've seen is where if both your hands are pointing with both your index out, it would start to rain. That's kind of fun. Attentive, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Okay, so make this thinner. I think I'm going to taper it actually. This. because I want the barrel, this, to be actually going around the outside. It's going to be kind of tricky. Oh, 90-degree angles when printing. Yes. It's good to stay away from 90-degree angles when... Not necessarily for 3D printing if it's just a one-off, if that's all you're going to do. But if you're going to use it in manufacturing, if you need to make a mold of it and then something needs to come out of a mold, like a toy, then you'll want to not have 90-degree angles, if that makes sense. You'll want it to come out of that mold. It's just a habit. So I still do it. Yes, not for 3D printing. Not required. Okay, so I'm going to put a little little cylinder down here. Again, you take it big and then back small, and then it'll make it long and skinny. That's not what I wanted. Let's go from this guy. Just because it has a flatter surface on the front, that's what I wanted. I made it too thin. Something like that. So the stripes that you're seeing on here, see these different stripes, that just tells me that I'm in live Boolean mode. A filament in time. Oh, Husker. Yep, I did. I worked on the Infinity toys with a bunch of other people's. Okay. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of them behind me here. Okay. Oh, thanks. I do. Well, I'd like to think it's kick butt. I've been told that it is, so that makes me happy. And the coolest thing, I have to say, is some of my students are starting to get work in the industry. That makes me extremely happy. Well, thank you so much. Okay. Now I want this. So I want this. This is kind of the back of the barrel where the hammer lives and stuff. Husker, you're about this. You're about the 500th person I've heard say that, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What Husker said, I've never played the game, but the models for the toys fascinated me since I first saw them. Thank you so much. What's up, Cryptid? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Jose? Glad you could make it too, man. I'm just making a pistol here with some, trying some live Boolean stuff. Okay. Times you wanted the models over the game. Oops, that's what I need to do. Oh, I see. This is tricky. I need to get... What happens if I do this? I don't know that it matters where it is in the list. Okay. That's good. I want to start here, though. There we go. Kind of hard to see, but I wanted that to be kind of cut out underneath there. Maybe not so much. What's up, Attentive Slug? Curious Art Fox? How's it going, man? Oh, you played the game too and miss it terribly? It was so full of potential. Honestly, I'm kind of sad they didn't let us do what we really wanted to do with that game. It was very what do you say, like the higher ups had their hands in it because they wanted it to be successful just as much as we did, you know. Okay, with this thing, what game is this? They're talking about Disney Infinity, but they got cut short. Okay, insert cube. I'm just wanting to give myself a surface to draw on right now. Oh, thanks, Cryptid. They were so good. I was reminiscing with a couple of my my old teammates about it the other day. Have you guys seen so my good friend Ian Jacobs, he did Doctor Strange. Have you guys seen that one? It never came out, but I wish it did because it's one of my favorites. I gotta show you guys. Yeah, look at this. It's so good. I mean, it even looks like Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever his name is. Yeah, it's so good. Look at that. Awesome. He did such a great job. So, unfortunately, that won't be out. But that, the detail, the level of detail on this is so good. I mean, look at the wrinkles. You got to see his cape. Let me see if there's a picture of the back of his cape. Gosh, I don't know. There's too much fan art now clogging everything, which is fine, but this shows his smooth cape, but Ian had put in an incredible design on the back of that guy. And I think it was going to cost too much to put on there, so we took it off. But yeah, it's really, really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the reason I made this box here is because I'm going to draw the hammer. And I just kind of want to add, excuse me, I kind of wanted to have something here to draw on. Oh, what's up, Worth? How's it going, man? So Mutated Jellyfish, he was one of my teammates on Disney Infinity that worked on the toy box. So he worked in the Worlds department and the toy box department. And if you guys have played the game, hey girl. If you guys have played the game, he did the Tron background. It's so good. Did you make some vehicles too, Worth? Okay, that's horrible. Looks like an ear. Did I model Ahsoka? I sure did. She was one of my favorites, actually. The Light Runner. Yeah, the Light Runner. Okay, so I'm just going to do this by hand. It's probably going to look like garbage. Yep, it does. Try it again. Yeah, I have her. Yeah, she's right here. If you guys are wondering who Ahsoka is, she's right here. So she, she was super interesting because she had these little diamonds, and these little diamonds in her headpiece. They cost quite a bit to make, and then there's some diamonds down the sides of her pants, and this really crazy design on the front. And the attention to detail that we put in these, she has two slightly different colored lightsabers. One is a green and one is a light green, and we made sure we did that too. So anyway, yeah, there she is. Did I do the Jack Skellington one? No. So that was done by, I think Ian Jacobs did the original, and then Matt Thorpe did the premium. But Matt Thorpe could have done the original as well. I'm trying to remember. I think he might have done the original. It's either Matt or Ian. So I'm trying. It's been a while. Sorry, Matt and Ian, if I get that wrong. Okay, I want this to taper to get bigger as it comes down. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Welcome, mister. Okay, here we go. I'm going to kind of make it big and bulky. That's the only figure you have? Which one? Nightmare Before Christmas? Jack Skellington? Yeah, he turned out great. What's going on, Ronnie? Glad you could make it, man. I'm trying to get a square out of this last bit. There we go. Let's clean that up. Oh, yeah. You've been in ZBrush land. That's a good place to be. Good place to be. Okay. I made dual triggers. That's kind of cool. All right. What do I do with two triggers? Two hammers, I should say, not two triggers. Okay, so these are still part of this bottom base piece here. Yeah, double barrel pistol. That'd be cool. Okay, I'm going to split unmasked points. Oh, come on. I want to delete that. Let's try that again. Split unmasked points. There we go. Two triggers. It's like... What's up, me? Welcome, man. Oh, is somebody talking about the diva? Yeah, one of my students, Matthew Armstrong. So, Matthew Armstrong was one of the concept artists on Disney Infinity. He's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to fix this. Well, I don't want to clip it. Yeah, but he was a concept artist, and he was one of the beta testers for my course. He wanted to learn how to model in ZBrush. So I said, how would you like to be a beta tester? He said, sure. Okay. How did that gizmo right in the middle? What do you mean? Like how did I get the gizmo right in the middle? Okay. Sorry, I don't understand your question. I'm going to insert an edge loop. Whoops, except I don't want Z intensity on. Oh, hey, what's up, Sean? So I'm going to delete these so there's a hole. Delete hidden. And then I just want to move them across the center line. And I'm going to move them across because they're not going to be welded, and there's a trick. And basically I'm going to mirror and weld. And what that does is it automatically creases down the center, but that's okay. Uncrease all. I just want to make sure that it actually did. Let me see. Okay. Mirror and weld is tricky. I'm trying to see if it actually welded that or not. Yeah, I used the topology brush, this topology brush, and I drew out the topology, and then I added some thickness with that. I just made a temporary box, and then I drew the trigger right on that box. Okay, so yeah, it didn't work. You can see right here. So what I did is I hit dynamic subdivision, and it showed me that this is actually not welded. So let me see if I can pull it across the other side, and I'm going to turn local symmetry off. Because it only mirrors in one direction. There we go. Okay, let me explain what I just did there again. Okay, it only mirrors. Let me solo it and turn on the floor. Okay. So we're looking at it from the front. It only mirrors, when you're looking at it from the front, it only mirrors from left to right. So you can't mirror from right to left. So if you want to mirror from right to left, when I say mirror, I mean mirror and weld. It only does mirror and weld from screen left to screen right when you're looking from the front. I know it's confusing, but that's kind of how it works. So if you want to flip it the other way, what you have to do is you have to actually go into deformation and mirror the entire object first, and then do a mirror and weld, if that makes sense. But what that does is it will delete everything on the right-hand side of the screen, take everything on the left-hand side of the screen, and mirror it, and then sew it down the middle. So if you have some garbage happening and you don't have quite a nice symmetry center line, what you can do is you can push the model slightly over into the right hemisphere and then hit mirror and weld, and it'll delete that and flip it and weld it and make a nice center line. So that's what I just did. So let me show you. And you need to make sure that you have local symmetry turned off. Hey, what's up, A Cubed? Ashley's in the house. How you doing? So that's essentially what I did, but you need to make sure that your local symmetry is turned off, okay? Otherwise, it's just going to mirror on itself and you will still have the problem, okay? So make sure you turn local symmetry off. That means it's going to mirror on the world axis and not the local axis, if that makes sense, okay? So you can clearly see that the center line, if it's on the left hemisphere and I hit mirror and weld, see, it takes that entire, everything that's on the left and mirrors it to the right. And now my problem is not fixed. It's ×2 now. I actually have 2 lines that suck. So I need to put it on the opposite side of that center line and then do a mirror and weld. And now it fixes it. Magically. Magically, magically. What's going on? What are you up to tonight, Ashley? Besides checking me out, seeing what I'm up to. Thank you for dropping by. Everybody, Ashley is another Pixelogic streamer. Official Pixelogic streamer. And she goes live every Wednesday night. At what time? Checking me out. Yeah, with my old man hat. All right, let's crease this guy. Yeah, you know, Ashley's stream is so fun to watch because she wings it. She just wings it. She just goes. Whatever's in her brain that night will appear later on, and it's crazy. I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that. I should try it. Yep. Oh, same time, different day. So 8 o'clock. But you got tomorrow off. Lucky. Lucky, lucky. Oh, let me show you what I have so far. Ash, you can see. I'm just making this pistol. We're working the live boolean. Why is this not working? Live boolean is crazy. It is crazy. Sometimes I don't understand it. I should try taking a day off? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, so let me show you this, Ash. This is where the cowboy's at. He's turning out okay. This is what he's supposed to look like. Getting there, I think. Would I explain some of my brushes? Sure. So, okay. Oh, thank you so much, Cowboy. Can't wait to model this. Hey, you want to model this dinosaur for me, Ashes? She's the creature queen. Now I'll probably be blocking them out. Hopefully next stream, maybe. I decided to do the pistol this stream. Just I don't know. I felt like doing some hard surface. Anyway, that's why this pistol looks the way it does. It's just okay for now. I don't know. You'll watch that. You'll check it out. Where did you get that icon? So funny. So creepy. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're welcome to spam anytime. Okay. Yeah. The pistol is squarely in the Valley of the Suck. Squarely. But I can't figure out why my live Boolean's not working. It's working for the cylinder, but not this guy. I don't know. Oh, that's why. Okay, when I made this trigger, it put the start word on the trigger, so it ignored it. All right, there we go. Yes, thank you, Sapphire. Okay, Ash is throwing me off. Ash. Okay, so I'm just kidding. 3D Character Workshop, this logo above my head. This is my online course, and I teach how to do what I'm doing right now, but in a much more organized sense with lessons and modules and feedback from me and a closed Facebook group and all sorts of cool stuff. But I give away these brushes for free, and I give away this user interface for free, and I give away my ruler file for free. Ruler. So, where is that ruler? Here you go. So I've made this ruler. You can kind of see behind him there. This is just a ruler that I made to help me go back and forth between Maya, and it also helps me when I need to do a 3D print, because it gives me a relative size to the character, and I can print out the exact same size that I need every single time because I have an actual ruler that I can use. And I have some videos on my website that show you how to use all of these brushes, the ruler, and how to install the user interface. So Sapphire Lemur just barely posted a link. Thank you very much. And you can just go there, and you will be put on my newsletter, and you'll be notified when my course will be opening up next, which hopefully is very soon. I wanted to open it up tomorrow, but some things got in the way, so hopefully in a week or two. That is my hope. Soon, very soon, for winter enrollment. So, yes, I would love to have you guys in there. Okay, let's get this trigger, this hammer, this hammer creased and smoothed so it looks more better and less Valley of the Suckish. Does anybody else have any questions about the course and stuff? I'd love to answer them. Ash, you're totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, I'm going to make sure my crease levels are set to 3. Oh my goodness, I wish crease level 3 was set to 3 by default. Come on, Pixelogic. I need to ask them about that. Put you on the watch list. I'm watching you. Okay, we're halfway there. Johnny Frazier. First timer. I need some balloons or something. Some confetti. Woo! Thanks for making it, man. Thanks for joining. How many seats will I have? What I try and do is I just open it up for a shorter amount of time. It's not really a set number of seats at the moment. but if it becomes too many, then I'll close it, because I give student feedback, and I can't get too many in there at once, or I'll get overwhelmed and I won't be able to get to everyone. But so far, the ebb and flow of students has been just fine, and I've been able to get to everyone. The thing that's unique about my course is it is a lifetime access course. So it's a lifetime of learning, lifetime of the course learning anyway. So it's not an 8-week course. You don't get in there and then 8 weeks later I say see you later. It's not one of those. So I have to be very careful about how many people I let in, and you know, that kind of thing. But so far so good. It's been good. And people have enjoyed having lifetime access, I believe. Some of my students are in here right now, I think, and they can attest. What's up, AQ? Vouch for my course. He shared many of his students' works, and they are very, very successful. Shane has a very straightforward way of teaching and break down complex ideas. Geez, Ash, I should get your testimonial from you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start tearing up. That's awesome. I do have a bunch of new testimonials down at the very bottom of my my website. Plus, I have you're always here. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Love you guys. But I have some new testimonials down at the bottom of my page. You can read them, and I'm getting more. I'm starting to get some video testimonials. I'm looking at you guys, students. If you're interested in giving some video testimonials, I'm more than welcome to have them. So I haven't asked for them, but I'm going to be doing some new promotional material, and I'd love to get some video testimonials. That'd be awesome. You know what? I think I'm going to. Because it's you. You have weight. You have pull, I should say. I shouldn't say weight. That's a bad choice of words. Oh, come on. Okay. So, just so you guys know, one last thing about the course. When I open the course, before I do, I'm going to do an hour or two long question and answer session. So you can come to the Q&A session. It's going to be very Twitch-like, very much like this. You can ask me anything you want about the course. I'm going to show you some behind the scenes. I'm going to show you some student work, and I'm going to show you exactly what you'll get if you buy the course. So that'll be, all your questions will be answered and all your dreams will come true. Hopefully. Oh man, I'm on one tonight. Okay. Oh, you were asking about Blender. Sorry, Blender. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you, I don't want to talk about Blender too much because this is Pixelogic's channel. Pixelogic makes ZBrush. So if you want to know about Blender, just send me an email, and I'll give you my opinion on it if you'd like. My email is shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com. And if you guys have any questions about the course or whatever, if you'd like to send me an email, I try to get to all of them, so feel free. And now Ashley has my email. She's going to be sending me stuff. Inappropriate. All right. Oh man, see? Oh, here we go. Gosh. Delete. I need delete. Edge loop complete. Just going to delete that center edge loop. Okay, and then I need to make this line up better. It's driving me crazy. Ashley, I have to say, this restream thing is cool. What's up, Yada Glow? Welcome to the stream, man. My cheese nacho. Shane, do you sketch your concept characters in 2D first, or do you sketch straight into 3D? I'm wondering. So I typically model from a concept artist's concept. I typically don't do any concept work myself, although I want to. I want to start doing more, but so far I've only modeled other people's stuff. I don't know why. It's just I love the challenge of it, and that's kind of what I get paid to do when I do it. So I like it. Restream, yes. So Danny Mac turned me on to Restream, and essentially you have to pay for it. It's not too much, but it allows you to stream more than one place at once, which is super cool. So right now, and I don't know if anybody's watching this from YouTube, but if you are, just say hi from YouTube maybe, and you'll see a little YouTube icon pop up from somebody watching over on YouTube. So I'm streaming this to my YouTube Live right now. I'm streaming it to my Twitch channel right now, and I'm streaming it to Pixelogic's channel right now. So I think Pixelogic's working on using Restream to stream to like their live channel at the same time and that kind of stuff. So it's super cool. And what I like about it a lot is the chat. It comes with its own chat program, and it captures all three of those chat streams all at once and then posts it in here. It's not working right now because they updated their chat, and I didn't know this until I started streaming. But typically the chat is streaming above my head in my feed, but I turned it off because it wasn't working. So, but I'll show you. Let me pull this down. This is what I'm looking at right now. So this is what Restream chat looks like, and it tells me how many people are watching live and how many streams are actually working. Super cool. Snowing heavy in Scotland. Wow. Oh, you're an affiliation. Ah, yes you are. Okay. I forgot about that. I'm going to have to talk to you about that too, just by the way. Anyway, 5:26 a.m. You guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And thanks Sapphire for posting a link to Johannes Helgeson, who is the artist for the original concept here. Somebody was asking about what I'm modeling. So you can see Helgeson Art 2017. This is something he drew specifically for me to model. So Johannes is phenomenal. I love his work because of his fantastic sense of depth that he gets in his characters. I'm talking about volumes. It's very easy for me to model because he's so good at lighting, so good at volumes, and it really helps. Okay, so that, and if you saw the pirate girl, if you look at some of my older streams, I made this pirate girl, and she is also based off of one of Johannes's concepts. So super good. Yep, the mount should be soon. Should be soon. I'm not sure. I don't want to hop over to YouTube and grab my link right now, but if you just search for Shane Olson ZBrush, you'll find it. Or Shane Olson Pixelogic Works. You'll see all of my past Pixelogic streams, and you'll see the pirate girl too. She is here. I love to show her off. She's right here. Here, let me show you. Let me blow this up. See this print? So Formlabs printed this for me for the ZBrush Summit, and this is the model that I did during the stream. So hopefully I will get this cowboy done, get him on his mount. I want to do two versions of him. One just like the concept, and one where he's actually up on the dinosaur riding it across the plains. Oh, thanks, Ash. That means a lot. Do you ever get any of your creatures printed? You should get some of your creatures printed. That'd be awesome. Okay. How many parts was she in? Geez, I think. So I had broken her down. Oh, it looks like one of the pieces broke off right here. I'll have to find that. It's going to be floating around here somewhere. But so the base was a piece. The octopus was a piece. The lower portion was a piece. The upper portion was a piece. Her head was a piece, and then her arm. This whole arm was keyed, and I stuck it in there like that. And I actually had to bring it home on the airplane, and it made it home in one piece. I couldn't believe it, even with the scabbard and the thin sword. So yeah, it's crazy. Her little head peeking up there. Let me put her back up. I don't know where that piece went. That's weird. Okay. You haven't printed any of your work, only client work. Ah, okay. But you have printed something. Hey! What's going on? We got another Pixelogic streamer in the house. Tomas. How you doing, my friend? Tomas is the jewelry king. Jewelry king? Can I call you that? King of all jewelries? I'm making a pistol today. Let's clip this guy. First time here, welcome Donkey Kicker. Great name. You should print something. Your creatures are phenomenal. It'd be, some of them would be very, very, very difficult to print, but if you kind of had what you wanted to do in mind, you know, and you kind of sculpted it to be printed, I think it'd be sweet. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm inflating this because I want to clip it again. I'm just trying to get this flat on the sides. Let's see. Oh boy, that's not what I wanted. Too much. So Tomas is T.S. Whittlebach. How do you say your name again, Tomas? I think I have your first name down. But you'll probably tell me, no, indeed, I don't. You're still saying it wrong. It's not just... We all have the problem. Yes, his streams are fantastic. Are you, Tomas, are you still doing marathon streams? Okay, I need to make a cube, another temporary cube, a cube. To draw on again. Okay, I can't remember who, somebody was asking me if I could show how I did this hammer again. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna do just a little piece right here. It sits on the back. It's kind of a transition piece, and I'm gonna do it the same way. Jeweler guy. I don't know what the mod commands are. You gonna mod? Gotta glow. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you so much. Hey, I didn't know that was a thing. It tells all about me. Okay, here we go. Using the topological brush. Coming from here down. Let's see. Maybe lower. Can't even draw a straight line. That's what old ladies tell me. I couldn't draw a straight line to save my butt. Me neither. That's the most common line you hear when you tell somebody you're an artist. I couldn't draw a straight line to save my life. That's what rulers are for. Okay. Right? Lazy mouse. All right. Well, that didn't work. Got rid of my, got rid of this. I want to keep this. Draw from your shoulder, not your hand. Sweeps. Big arcs. Up, down. Big a circle. Okay. Let's see if it keeps it now. No. Why? Okay, let's do this. Why? I want this to be a quad and it's not cooperating. What if I do that? It did it. I kept it. Sweet. Then I got rid of this one. Oh well, I'll fix it in a minute. Oh, come on. I don't know. ZBrush doesn't like me today. Good curves are better. Ain't that the truth? Draw from the hips. Oh man. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Okay. You guys, I'm losing my concentration. That's what I'm blaming it on. Oh man, that's such a creepy avatar. Nee. Creepy emoji, I should say. Okay. Get these closer. I know. Everybody's in the house. Tomas, when do you stream? Say it loud and proud. Totally. I'd buy it. I would buy it. Okay. I'm trying to rethink this, and I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to make it more difficult, I'm just going to delete one side and then extrude this bugger. What am I doing? Work smarter, not harder, you guys. There we go. Let's make sure we mirror and weld that. One sale so far. Is that me? I'm buying it. Tom, I can only imagine the emojis you make, man. I want tattoos of them. I don't have a single tattoo, but I'd probably get a tattoo of that. What am I saying? Getting crazy. There we go. That's the shape we're looking for. You're gonna hold me to that, aren't you? You said. Okay. Clip curve is your friend. So this is my ruler. Clip curve is my ruler. There we go. Straight as an arrow. See the bottom? Not straight. Straight. You taking off? All right, Ash. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Catch Ash tomorrow. I sound like a news guy. Catch Ash tomorrow. I can't even say it. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. There you go. My DJ voice. That sucks. See you. Full schedule. Yay. Man, you know all the commands. Oh yeah, not tomorrow. Next week. Okay. Thanks for reminding me. You're like, stop saying that. Okay, we'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Just a little piece, just a little extra detail. The reason I'm putting this piece of detail on is because it's going to be sticking out of the holster, and I kind of want this to be detailed. It's just a little piece of brass. So the wood goes up into this little piece of brass. I need to make it thicker. Just so when it prints, because I do want to print this guy, when it prints it will show up. Because if you have too minor of details, Tomas will know what I'm talking about. Right? Just try to upload a pic for me. Just going to make that, there we go, bigger. So it actually prints and you can see it. Okay. Let's get to the trigger. Trigger. Well, I typically use a Form 2, or I bug my friends that have a Form 2 because I don't have one yet. But for Infinity, we used an Envision Tech. And that was just that was pretty much a $high Form 2. If I'm being honest. It was laser instead of, so a Form 2 uses flash, like a camera flash sort of. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you use photogrammetry, or whatever you call that. And then the Envision Tech used laser. So it's a little more precise, but not by much, surprisingly. And the price is a huge difference. So the Envision Tech was about 80 grand, and the Form 2 is about $4,000 or something like that. And the quality difference, very minute. I'm sure it would be more noticeable if you're doing jewelry or something like that, but yeah, for my purposes, it was just, there we go. Yeah, I would get a Form 2. Yeah, good stuff. The print envelope, no, the Envision Tech is, you know, it's quite a bit larger. I'm not exactly sure of the dimensions, but I think a Form, if I was to hold up my hands and show you, like a Form 2's build plate is something like this, and Envision Tech is something like this. So it's not that big of a difference. You'll just have to print your character in more parts, that's all. That's how you get around that. Okay. Now for this, I'm trying to decide if I want to use some more live Boolean stuff I've done so far. There's kind of a gap in front of this cylinder too. Then I need to put some, I'll use live Boolean to put the holes in the cylinder and put the bullets in there. That'll be kind of fun. But we're coming in on, got about 15 minutes left, so let me try and hurry. I've been yapping more today than I usually do. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Okay. Just gonna make another cube to draw on. You'll notice I just do this over and over again. Tomas, you're talking about the jeweler speaks up. Are you saying there's a big difference between a Form 2 and an Envision Tech? So, but you're using jewelry specific printers, correct? Like super high resolution. I don't think we had that high resolution. And I think for, correct me if I'm wrong, the printers for jewelry, the print bed is way small, right? Quite small because of the resolution. You can't have it too big or the resolution will get off. Oh, wow. Using FDM printers to print large scale characters up to around 800 centimeters. That's crazy. 80 centimeters? Yeah. No, oh, I think you're meaning to say 800 millimeters. I read it as millimeters, but 80 centimeters. Crazy. The biggest thing I've worked on is, I don't know if you can see it, like the collector's edition of the base that you could get with Disney Infinity 2.0. That one, I can't even remember how big that was. But I sculpted that guy. You guys want to see it? I'll grab it really fast. So this, I'm kind of embarrassed about this one because so this is a frost monster. Here, let me make it bigger. Okay. I can't remember where it has like a switch on it. I can't even remember the switch is. That's how often I turn it on. Anyway, his eyes light up, and this little thing on his chest lights up, and these crystals light up. And you can put the characters on here. They don't do anything. They just sit there and look nice, I guess. But this guy, we had to build him in like 2 weeks. and get him completely ready for manufacturing and everything in 2 weeks. He was brutal, but he turned out okay. But the manufacturing wasn't that great. You can see that, like, the huge seams and everything compared to the little figures that were, you know, used to having high quality. This is supposed to be a collector's thing, and it's kind of garbage. You can see the little cuts around here, you know. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but anyway, not the best thing ever. So I was proud of the sculpt of the beast, but not of the manufacturing that happened with that thing. So what can you do? That's the truth, Tomas. Yeah. Are you in the 2% that need it? You're making a lot of money, needing that resolution. Non-stop, and yeah, I don't like you've probably been here before and listened to me before. I really don't like to say the price of the course on the stream in case the price of the course changes. I do plan on raising the price of the course later on this year, and if people watch this back, they're like, hey, you said this, and it's now this. Just know that it's not a Gumroad, it's not cheap, but it's not like a college class either. It's more in the line of like a Mold 3D class, or one of Ryan Kingsland's classes, or workshops, whatever you want to call them. So if you want to, you know, go over to one of their sites and check out their prices, it's in that range, so you won't be super surprised. But that's about all I can say about it. Sorry. Okay. And that would be awesome to get you in there. Should you strike now if you want to? It's up to you. Let's see. Trying to decide how I want this lower piece. Maybe like that. Just going to kind of block this in, and I know that I'm going to be messing with it later. Soon, very soon. Oh, you need it, Tomas. Designing things you can't make. Oh, it's all part of the fun. I want to make things in bronze, but you know how that goes. Yeah, you guys, that expensive equipment. Yeah, I don't have a bronze forge either. But I plan on opening the course in probably within the next couple weeks. I wanted to open it tomorrow, but some things got in the way and I wasn't able to get it out. So sorry about that. Very soon, very soon. Thank you so much for being patient. Very soon. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to have a Q&A session when I open it. So if you've grabbed my free brushes and user interface, you'll get an email letting you know when the Q&A session is and when I'm going to be opening it up soon. So yep, just make sure you're on there. And how you get on the newsletter is just by getting the brushes and the user interface. So, and thank you so much for your interest. It makes me happy. Okay, so this is the most rudimentary trigger guard you've ever seen, but I'll get in there and fix it after I make it live. Let's see, one there and one there. Oh, thanks, Non-Stoppin'. That's actually why I made it. I wanted to make it so you didn't have to menu dive so much, because this tool menu is it can get excruciatingly long. If you start popping open all these menus and you're digging down through here, it just becomes overwhelming. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to use. So what I've done is I've made this menu. You can see it right here, this 3D CW menu. That just stands for 3D Character Workshop. This menu, I've hotkeyed it to number 2 on my keyboard. And I've also hotkeyed it to the back button on my pen. So wherever my pen is, the menu will pop up right underneath it. And I've put everything that I use in these nice little boxes. And I've just kind of separated it down by what I use the most and what I use the least, all the way down here. So then you can dig in there. You want to talk to me about the class, Tomas? Sure. Yeah, man. Let me know. Let's see. I'm going to split on mass points. Another tip, if you didn't know, some of these things just come up and I just spout them out as I think about it. But if you want to go up and down your subtool list, like I was on this, see this blue undercarriage type thing. I was on that, and I wanted to be on the trigger guard, and I knew that since I just barely split it off of that same subtool, then that subtool is down below. So if I just tap the down arrow, it automatically selects the subtool that I want. Yeah, the polygroups and subtools, those are huge. Those are huge. That's kind of ZBrush's visual outliner. If you're used to like Maya or something like that, it's just a way to select and even temporarily select things and manipulate them and everything. It's kind of the core of ZBrush, really. That's one of the super basic things you need to know for sure. Yep, ZBrush. So ZBrush, ZBrush is a 98% of my course, I would say, maybe 95. I also take you through game character creation, and I use some other pieces of software to show you the game character creation, but the majority of my course is how to use ZBrush. And it's basically to make the high resolution character. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna turn activate symmetry off. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, the live Q&A. Yeah, that's a different thing. Sorry to confuse you guys. So students in my course right now, I will occasionally do a live Q&A for my students inside of Facebook, because you can do Facebook Live, and it's a lot like Twitch. So, and I will typically start by giving a specific student live feedback, and then I'll open it up to questions for everybody else. And so if a student is particularly struggling with a certain bit, like one of my students is struggling with some eye socket issues. She's just struggling with getting the eye sockets right. So I have her send me the model. Then I open it up in ZBrush and I do kind of a live Facebook session within the closed Facebook group of my course. And then we go over how to fix it, you know, what are the things you can do to make it look better and more appealing, things like that. And then afterwards I just open it up. So that is way different than the Q&A session for new students, like possibly thinking about buying the course and coming on. That's something completely different. It's kind of it's in a webinar style, but I don't like the word webinar. I'm not a salesperson, you know. I just made this course, and I tell my friends and I tell my students, it's kind of like I selfishly made this course for myself. And what that means is, you know, in Back to the Future 2, where Biff finds the sports almanac and then he goes and gives it to his younger self. That's kind of what this course is. This is a course that I made for me to give to myself if I could travel through time and hand it to myself and say, look, this is everything you need to work in this industry and build stylized characters. It's my sports almanac. So that's kind of that's what was in my head when I built it, and that's why I made it that way, to give to you guys, so you would have everything you can need, everything you would need to become a billionaire Trump in the Back to the Future 2. There you go. Have you guys... Oh, I did it again. Have you guys seen that that video where they actually superimposed Trump over Biff in that Back to the Future 2? Oh, it's so hilarious and sad at the same time. It really is. Oh. Anyway. Yes, I need to get my DeLorean working. Speaking of DeLorean, have any of you guys read... Ready Player One yet? I just read it the other day. It's really, really good. It's got some hiccups, but I love the book. It was great. Okay. Let's give this some thickness. And it has the DeLorean in it, is why I brought that up. Did the audiobook, oh, with Will Wheaton. who's oh, sorry, it's spoilers, but who's like vice president of Future World? Will Wheaton. What's up, Night Shadow? Welcome. I'm just about to finish up. So, but thanks for dropping by, man. But I'm gonna go just a little long. Let's see, because I want to get this. I want to get this trigger guard looking better than this. I actually really like Will Wheaton. He cracks me up. I know, right? Sorry, man. Oh, now it's super thin. Hey, Mike. What's going on, man? Geez, everybody shows up just when I'm about to finish it up. All right, I'll stay. You listened to it too, Tomas? What did you think of it? Well, with spoiler free. Spoiler free. You threw me a hosty thing? You sent some people over? Aw. Thanks, dude. Oh, you just had your 3D modeling and animation class? So Mike wrapped it up, and then he sent you guys over to me. I'm wrapping it up. Sorry, guys. I feel bad now. A dinosaur head later. Where are you going? Where are you going to school? Is it the U, or where is it? Sorry. So Mike, here, check this out. This is how far the cowboy is. Tomas. That was, yeah, a little 9 hours. 9 hours later. Nice. So here's the concept. Oh, you just saw your first lecture in Paul Gabriel's class. Awesome. Yeah, so I didn't work on him too much today. I was just building his pistol. Pistol. This is the pistol. This is how far I got in 2 hours. I've been kind of struggling with the live boolean a little bit. This live boolean, it allows me to cut out. Can you see how it's cutting out this cylinder here out of the body? So cool. So yeah, this is it's kind of modeled off this pistol here. I'm modeling it from a Colt 1860 revolver. And, you know, I'm just kind of having fun with it. Oh, Paul's class looked awesome. Yeah, that's kind of, I have to say it, Tim, that's kind of, it's around the price that my workshop's at too. Because, man, there's a lot of work that goes into those. I spent 2.5 years putting my course together. Long time. Let's see. It was fun though. Totally worth it. Oh boy. You flatter me. Oh man. So Mike, what are you working on, man? Oh, that's why. I need to mirror this. I've been working on this non-symmetrically. Come on. There we go. Let's turn on symmetry. Alright, gotta fix that. I'm gonna get rid of that center line. Oh, that tree goblin. I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. I saw you go live, but I needed to stream, so I couldn't hop by. Oh, Tomas, did you check it out? Okay, what the crap is happening? Sorry, what? Thanks for stopping by. I don't know what's happening. I gotta fix this. Later. From where is this character? It's not really from anything. This is a concept that Johannes Helgeson drew for me. I just asked him if he could draw a cowboy that rides a dinosaur. And the original idea came from my friend Kevin Keel. I'll have to show you that. Okay. Wow, so slow. Okay. So if you see this is the original idea here. This came from Kevin Keel. And it's awesome cowboy riding this really slick dinosaur. Very cool anatomy. And yeah, I just love the way Kevin Keel cross hatches and stuff like that. So this gave me the idea, and here, let me move this. And then I wanted to have it fleshed out a little bit more, so I asked Johannes if he could do me the honors, and because he was kind of in between jobs at the moment, so he had some spare time, and luckily I was able to get him to do that for me. Let's see, I need to stitch. There we go. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for hosting, bringing over your fans. Good to talk to you, man. Tomas, I did not know that you checked out Mike's stuff. That's awesome. I guess Mike knows Joe as well. Joe Mena. You know Joe Mena, right, Mike? Sorry, I'm keeping you here. And Ashley, awesome. All the party people. I didn't want to do those last few. Let's see. Increase. I want to keep it like that. There we go. Okay. I'm happy with that so far. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it. Oh, nice. Like a jewelry piece? Obviously. That's really cool. I bet Mike could make some amazing jewelry. Yeah? You're still here. We're still talking about you, Mike. Go away so we can talk about you. No, that's super cool, man. Yeah, I bet. It was 3 dragons? Oh, I gotta check it out. Yeah, Mike did a cover to Dragon magazine, man. He's the real deal. Too tired to stand. Have a good night, dude. You'll create any. Oh, Reinhardt Designs. Awesome. That'd be fun. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight and hanging out with me on this Tuesday night. Thank you very much, Pixelogic, for having me. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, I'm going to open my course this month. So if you are interested, please get on my newsletter and subscribe. You will be notified when the course becomes available. Until then, and how you get on my newsletter is you can go to my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and let me pop a link up there. Let's see. You guys are so welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a question and answer session for everybody who's interested. Thanks, Tim Dan. My computer's going way slow for some reason. My mouse is like dragging. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a question and answer session, much like a Twitch session, for everybody who is interested in the course and wants to know more about it. I'm going to show you behind the scenes. I'm going to show you a bunch of student work and some testimonies, all sorts of stuff. We'll have a lot of fun. So, and it's not like a traditional webinar, but it's webinar-ish, I guess. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. But appreciate it. Appreciate you guys joining me tonight and watching me make a pistol and flubbing through it with ZModeler brush. Oh my goodness, through with live Boolean. I don't use live Boolean much. I don't do hard surface much, but that's kind of fun. I probably could have modeled this a lot quicker somewhere else, but sometimes you just got to learn, right? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. The Q&A will be, I will send out an email letting you know exactly when it's going to be. So make sure you get on my newsletter by signing up for my free brushes and user interface if you haven't already, and that will put you on the newsletter. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me again. I can't thank you enough. I keep saying it. So have a great night, and we'll catch you next week. All right? Take care. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you later. See you, Thomas. And I think Ashley's already gone. See you, everybody. See you, students. See you, Cody. Everybody. Take care. Good night.